Welcome to Monteverde, Costa Rica, a true gem nestled in the heart of Central America. It's known for its lush cloud forests. I'll be going on some ziplining adventures, trying a bunch of local food, occasionally sipping on some brews, cocktails, and trying to find some wildlife. There's over 400 species of birds, which we probably won't see because you're good at hiding. We took a jeep boat jeep tour from Arenal to Monteverde. It took about 3 hours to get there. They had the tiniest dock on the Monteverde side of Lake Arenal. It was an extremely mountainous and winding ride that took about 3 hours to get to our hotel in Monteverde. We stayed at La Guayaba in Monteverde. It was a really nice bed and breakfast place, about $65 a night. Imagine waking up in a world draped in mist where the air is crisp and alive with the sounds of nature. Well, we didn't have to imagine because we were there.
Here in Monteverde Brewing Company, we have the Siena Dorado Golden Ale. It's a local brewery, probably the only brewery in Monteverde. Golden Ale is a little too light, too watery. Doesn't have much bite, much flavor. Have to save the coffee stout to last since it barely kills the flavor of everything else. Next one we have is the Red Tapir Ale. It's better than the last one. It's still a little light on the flavor. Next one we have is the El Rayado American Ale. Still a little light. Kind of mediocre to bad for the beer so far. Next one we have is not a beer. It's a hard seltzer, which I forget what flavor. What flavor was it? Passion fruit, I believe. It tastes good. Doesn't have not carbonated. Lack of bubbles. And then the last one we have is the Murcielago Coffee Stout. Ooh. This one's the best one by far. Has a nice little bite, slight coffee taste. Definitely get another one of these. All right, at Monteverde Brew Pub, we got the mixture appetizer. They've got some hand-cut chips. Pretty tasty chips. Might need a little salt, but I appreciate them actually making their own chips. They have an orange sauce, a green sauce, and some salsa. Really like the green sauce. It's like a creamy herbal mixture. They have all natural hand-cut French fries. Made out of I don't know, it looks like some sort of red potato. Oh yeah, chicken one? Appreciate it. And we have some jalapeno poppers, a classic appetizer. Very good. Can't mess up a jalapeno popper. And next we have chicken wings, which they still have the tails on, which is unusual. We have honey mustard and buffalo. I'll try the honey mustard first. Well fried, delicious. Then I'll try a buffalo. It's hard to mess up chicken wings, but it has been done before. Very good buffalo wings too. Now at Monteverde Brewing, we have their double stack, which is 4-ounce patties each. Their Texana burger. Yeah, the burger's very good. Can't mess up a burger. Delicious bacon. It's very hard to eat without being messy. Hey, this is Colin. Tonight we're on a night hike. We're looking for the most dangerous snakes in the world, or at least the Western Hemisphere. There may be vipers, fer-de-lances. Let's go rile them up a bit.
Como que ve aquí dos ramitas así.
That's possible to do photos with a telescope.
All right, hold on. Let me know when you're ready. You found it? What type of snake is it?
That's a size strike.
Como de qué tamaño?
Yo diría que como el dedo
Bueno, sí.
You got him?
Yeah.
And here we have found a side strike pit viper. You don't want to get too close to it. There's no hospitals around here. Here we have an adult side strike viper. You can't hide from us with that green camouflage. I'm gonna throw my flashlight at it and see if we can really get it angry. That's good.
¿Qué vacilón?
Sí.
Day 2 for breakfast, we woke up and went into town. The town's pretty small, so we walked from our bed and breakfast. While walking through the city, we soon smelled the delicious baking of chicken in the morning. A local street dog led us to this restaurant. Good boy. The head chef told us that we had to wait for 20 minutes to come back and get some delicious chicken.
I'm at Raulito's Pollo in Monteverde, Costa Rica. I'm about to try some Pollo Asado. It looks extremely moist. We got the thigh because it's obviously the best section. Have sides of some dipping sauce, some salsa caribeña, y some tío pelón. Some sort of nondescript white sauce. We don't have forks here, so you have to use your hands. Extremely moist. Very good pollo asado. Ooh. Dipping sauce is a little sweet, has a little bit of chili, a little vinegar. We're about to try the hot sauce, the salsa caribeña. It says it's fuerte. Ooh. Has a kick to it. It's a local Costa Rican hot sauce, which has I don't know. It hides its pepper. It just says hot pepper on it. Now we're about to try the nondescript white sauce. Caught a bone. It's a mayo-based sauce. Then we're going to try the Tío Pelón Extra Picante. Pretty good, but salsa carabino. Way to go. Here in Monteverde, checking out the Treetopia Sky Park. Walking across the hanging bridges before we do some zip lining later. They don't seem to be as high as the Mystico hanging bridges in La Fortuna. Bridge seems to be made out of plastic rather than some steel on the bottom. This one is a lot longer though. Taking a while to still walk. Probably like 300 feet long.
They have wings, they fly. That's a kind of walking stick.
Ooh.
And the point of the speed
It is a lot longer than the mystical hanging bridges.
yeah.
It's like 3 or 4 times. Pretty long bridge. Yeah, this might be like 4 times or 5 times as long as the other ones. Now, where's the Viper?
There's one of those green vipers.
Oh, I see him.
Oh my gosh, it's huge.
It's a massive Viper. I'm trying to get on video. Oh yeah, there he is.
Additionally, also, that one in Mobile.
Is that the side strike Viper again?
Side strike.
Side strike Viper.
Yeah. That's most common species that we get around.
Yeah.
Usually at night it's easier, like to find them. But during the day, sometimes they will go up on trees looking for the heat, but they will be more exposed up here, not on the bottom. Oh, about mountains. And this is a very interesting combination because we got one. Said that part. They create like kind of new structure of their things.
Okay.
So it was that spider, and it's taking that as its own.
The main reason we stopped at Treetopia Park was to experience the zip lines. Treetopia Park has 7 zip lines ranging from 460 to 2,460 feet in length, soaring at a total height of up to 328 feet. We were there in the rainy season, so we didn't have to wait behind anybody between zip lines. It was all pretty quick and pretty awesome. This is the view of the last and longest zip line. We did a 2-person zip at once, which made us go much faster. We could barely see the people that were on the ground. I don't know why South Park hates zip lining so much, but it was pretty awesome. Alexa's trying to sneak in some shoe product placement right there. Trying to show off mine too. Oop. They had a really nice stopping system where you didn't have to twist the zipline handle back and forth to make it slow down. You just kind of ran into the end at the springed area. After all that ziplining, it really worked up an appetite. So we headed back to the city to see what we could find. We sadly had to turn in our cool helmet-mounted GoPro.
In Monteverde, Costa Rica. Just was walking down the street trying to make it to Bar Amigos, but I saw a carnes and chicharron neria that we had to stop in and try out. Very good chicharron. They're light, crispy, not too much fat. Quite delicious. I'd highly recommend it. It was only $5.40 colones for 2 of them.
We stopped by Bar Amigos to grab a drink or two. It wasn't too packed in the middle of the day. They did have a cool looking stage, and downstairs they had a cool pool table. The Treehouse restaurant was much better. It had pretty good drinks, and it was built around a gigantic tree and had great views of the city. It was a pretty nice place to hang out before a fancy dinner. We went to the Lucas Treetop Dining Experience. I stopped in the bar before they had our table ready.
Dinner tonight is being held in these little pods overlooking the valley. And for a pre-dinner drink, we have a salaje, which is a gin-based cocktail. It's not a straw. I keep getting confused at all these places. They keep sticking something in drinks, and it's always a piece of wood. I guess it saves the environment. Let's see how it is. Getting the dangerous part out the way. Kind of like a gin and tonic. It's kind of mild. It's all right. Next we have a sundown, which is a tropical passion fruit, which looks a lot prettier than our previous one. It has a nice yellow top and red bottom. It's very good. Heavy passion fruit. We'll see if it tastes any different after I mix it up. Yeah, it does taste better. This one's really good. Then we're having our third drink before dinner because I guess service is taking a little slow. We have a golden toad poison, which uses cassis liquor, which is derived from some sugar cane. And looks like they have some tahini on the rim. Tastes like tahini. It's a nice kind of hearty, salty mango cocktail. Quite delicious. List the ingredients on the menu. I'd get it again. And we've just been seated down in San Lucas, and our bread plate appetizer was brought in a suitcase, which is supposed to symbolize traveling around Costa Rica, since each dish of the menu is going to be from a different part of Costa Rica. And we're given kind of a little travel guide before we start, which I guess this is the putarenas course, which is the bread course. And then supposedly we're supposed to eat these breads in a certain order. Um, we're supposed to take the bread and cut this mushroom butter, which doesn't want to cut very easily and tends to fall apart. And put it on the bread. It kind of feels a little like focaccia. It's very good bread, rich butter. The next part of the journey, I believe, is cutting some of this chili paste, or it might be a tomato pesto paste. So used to eating chilies down here. It surprises me when they use some Italian influence. It's some pretty good pesto. It tastes delicious with the focaccia bread. And then next we have a little vial of some unknown juice. It was kind of hard to tell what. It's a coriander juice, which I don't really know the practical way we're supposed to eat this. I guess we just dip the bread in it and hope for the best, since they didn't give us any spoons. It's pretty good. I don't know if this is supposed to go with the bread or if I'm supposed to drink it. I'll take a shot of it and see what happens. It's a nice spicy fruit mix. And then last we have these tiny orange balls, which we're supposed to throw in our mouths. Oh, shit. And then I broke one. I think I did this in the wrong order. It doesn't taste like you're supposed to have that with bread. It was more of a dessert dish. It was a chocolate filled with some paste, but it was quite tasty. And I've recently been informed by my camera woman, aka my girlfriend, that we're actually given a passport to what this first dish is supposed to be. Apparently, it's a corn drink, butter with mushroom powder, tomato pesto, chocolates of agua de sapo, and some artisan breads. And it comes with a nice passport. I assume it tells us everything we're about to have on this meal journey today. It was a good beginning. I like the focaccia. We'll see what's up next. We kind of have these little Dorito things. Dorito crunchy flatbreads. Whatever there are, they're tasty. And our final thing we have is something in a champagne flute, which is non-alcoholic, sadly. I guess they don't want us. Oh, it's kombucha. They don't want us to have too much fun. It is a good palate cleanser, though. And we just received our second course, which is from Guanacoste, and it has a queenfish ceviche, a tuna tartlet, and oysters, which I believe are from Costa de Pasajaros. First, we're going to try the ceviche, which is sitting on an inedible corn husk. Ooh. It's a pretty solid fish. It's really light. Doesn't have much fishy flavor. Puree on top is quite delicious. It's aged in the ceviche perfectly. It might have a tiny bit of fishy aftertaste at the end. And then the cocktail, which may or may not be a palate cleanser, is basically a Bloody Mary with Pashise, and it's filtered to make it clear. Huh. Doesn't really taste like a Bloody Mary. Kind of tastes like a Kashise sour that we've been having at some of the local bars. It's starting to rain even heavier now, which adds to the excitement of eating in a treehouse, since occasionally the floor will start shaking during the thunder. There's also random, like, little tiny holes in the side of our booth, so hopefully you don't drop anything too valuable on the ground. Next is the tuna. Mm. It's a nice tuna tartare on a crispy little pastry on the bottom, kind of like a little pie crust. It's quite delicious. The last oyster dish is a little complicated to make. Apparently, you're supposed to squeeze some lime juice on top of it, and then add some chili guara, which is the shots they serve at all the bars around here. Put a little dab of it on top. And they actually served it with these nice little oyster forks. Would you grab your oyster fork, Alexis? It's a delicious raw oyster. I'm always sad they only give you one. I could eat half a dozen of those. Next, we have the guanacaste dish, which is basically some sort of corn and cheese dish with a red tortilla on top. And we have some sort of mezcal horchata as a drink. Mezcal horchata is very good. It's light, sweet, a little smokiness of the mezcal. Hmm. Corn dish is odd. It has crunchiness. I say it's corn. It almost looks like it has rice and ground beef in it. Maybe mushrooms. It's hard to place. It's kind of an average dish. It's edible. And then the pairing with this dish, which I mean, I ate the dish way too quickly since I love lobster, is it's some sort of spicy pepper, rum, a little dash of kombucha. Very good. Weirdly, it reminds me of the salad dressing that they put in Japanese salads. That like nondescript, like orange paste that's mixed with carrots and yeah, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. I think it tastes like. I mean, it's good. I mean, every Japanese restaurant uses it, so why not throw it into a cocktail? And the next dish we have is we're traveling to the Cartago province of Costa Rica. And it's a province which has a lot of volcanoes. So for this dish, it's a warm molcajete with lamb croquette with some unknown puree. Supposedly, you're supposed to the uh, chop the croquette in half and then mix it with a beetroot puree. It doesn't chop in half very nicely. Come on, croquette. It's very difficult to open that croquette. I mean, it smells good. Mm. Tastes like charred barbecued lamb, kind of ground up into a little paste. Quite a good dish. Might be the best dish we've had so far tonight. Or my judgment might be starting to be clouded since with every dish we have a cocktail pairing. And for this particular dish, it's tequila and some local guava, I believe. Mm. It's very good, nice and smooth, easy, drinkable. It's interesting that they decided to pair 9 cocktails with the 9 dishes we're about to have. It's a little bold, but I guess they try to make them not as strong. We'll have to find out how we are by the end of this video. Now we have traveled to the capital of Costa Rica, San Jose, which is where we flew in, and we have a traditional dish of asado, which is basically a grilled meat dish with some various sides. For this one, we have mashed up plantain, the yellow goop. The green goop we have is a mashed up avocado. Um, have some sort of veggie mixture on the side, and then looks like some crispy wild rice. You can see how it tastes. We'll start out with a wild rice. Mm. Almost tastes like fried tempura or like a fried rice. It's quite good. Next, we'll check out the veggie medley. It's sweet, it's pickly, sour. Kind of tastes like they have apple in it. It's like an apple and some sort of onion. And last, we have the beef, which we need to cut and try with each dish. It's a little rough to cut for whatever reason. A lot of the beef that comes from Costa Rica is a little tough when cutting through it, but I'll try it with the banana sauce. Beef is very good. The plantain puree almost tastes like applesauce. It's kind of a it's kind of a weird mixture. I'll have to try the avocado puree, but the beef itself is cooked very good. A lot of the Costa Rican beef we've had lately It's little tough, a little chewy, but it tastes like a lot herbier, grass fed. And last, we'll try the avocado green dollop. Avocado dollop's pretty good. It's a shame they only gave us a tiny amount. I would use it on the whole steak. And next with the dish, we have a fat washed whiskey with various unknown herbs. I guess unknown herbs is waiter slang for I can't remember what's in it. We'll have to try it. Ooh, that's really good. It's supposedly like fat washed with some of the beef or steak. It's a great whiskey drink. Might be one of the top drinks we've had tonight. And now we've traveled again in Costa Rica to Heredia, which is the beginning of our many dessert courses. And this is a medley of desserts, including some strange leaf, some foam, something that looks like croutons, kind of a banana mush, and a sorbet. And the more accurate definition of everything is creamy yogurt, blackberry coulis, roasted pineapple, almond da Corsair, and Grandio Churchill. And we're going to try out these breadcrumbs first and see what we think about them. Hmm. It's hard to even describe them. It's kind of like a sweet bread or like a Christmas cake type taste. The whipped cream with the red foam. It has kind of like a bitter tart taste with on top of the whipped cream. Maybe a little salty. Tastes like a fruited flavored salt. Some of this unknown cream, and it looks like fruit. It's a little smoky, charred. I almost don't even know what to think of this. I'll have to go to the sorbet. I'm a little indifferent in whatever I tasted previously. The fruit sorbet is good. It's very soft, very light. Whatever it's mixed with is kind of unknown. I'll try this weird leaf last. It's kind of dry, crunchy, charred, kind of like a bread mold, I guess, molded in the shape of a leaf. The sorbet is solid. It's edible beer. Is that what it? Oh, supposedly it's made out of beer. Supposedly that's what they said. That's what they say. It tastes like dried bread. I mean, I like the sorbet. The other stuff, whatever. And apparently, since we had too much of a good time, this cocktail does. Yeah, this cocktail does not have any alcohol. I guess we're making too much noise in the treetops. We're waking up the monos, waking up the birds. It's a non-alcoholic cocktail. It's kind of creamy. I don't know if it has coconut in it. Um, huh. It's kind of like thick, kind of coconutty, light. Tastes pretty good. We would be better with maybe some cachise. Senores, we have traveled again to Alajuela, which is some province which is known for their mangoes. And we have a cocktail shot of some local liquors and an ice cube. They gave us a straw to make it easier to drink because they don't trust us to pick up this ice. Oh wow, it doesn't even detach from it. I was trying to pick up the ice against their wishes. Whew, it was strong. We went from a non-alcoholic drink to a strong local liquor, encased in ice, which won't detach from this plate since we're untrustworthy guests. And then next we have some little chips of meringue surrounding, I believe it's a mango cheese. Yeah, it's like a mango puree, mango cheesecake, and tres leches foam, which is a three milk foam, cashew ice cream, and meringue with some cacao nibs. Since you can never go wrong with some cacao nibs. And it's all thrown in a nice molcajete bowl. We'll see if it's any good. I mean, Alexis has eaten half of it already before I've tried it, so I assume it must be somewhat decent. Huh. I'm really tasting confusion right now. This is kind of confusion in a bowl because I feel like the brownie was originally really soft, but the cold bowl kind of made it harder and it kind of dried it out. So it's kind of a dry brownie. Um, I don't even know if this tastes like tres leches. Uh, I don't know what to say about this. It just isn't very good. This is not a province in Colombia you want to visit. Or yeah, Costa Rica. It's hard to remember all these Spanish countries with the sea. This isn't a province in Costa Rica you want to visit. Um, Hopefully, our next travel to Monteverde will be better. Supposedly, it's a golden treasure. And we have the final dish, which is the Monteverde, which honors some extinct species of frogs, which is the male golden toad and the female golden toad. And these are represented by two pairs of chocolates. The females, because they're muy spicy, they have tamarind and chili, and the males are passionate, so they have passion fruit in them. And then we're going to try these final chocolates. Females is really sweet. It's filled with tamarind. This female isn't very spicy, so I think we'd be able to handle her. Now trying to check out the passionate male golden toad. Mm. He's really sweet. Almost so sweet he's sour. I think I like the females better than the males. Definitely. As Alexis is making a very sour face. And we finally completed our travel. at this restaurant, and sadly, we have to leave the view with this, which is worth the total price of the entire meal, essentially. It's been so beautiful the whole time. The clouds occasionally roll in and they roll out. It clears up. There's been lightning, thunder, rain. The ground's been shaking half the time. But since we completed our journey, they gave us a Monteverde passport stamp. We'll see you at the next spot. We're at Cafe Jiminez in Monteverde, Costa Rica, mostly because they open up the earliest in town. They open up at 5 a.m., so they're already great just for that. And we have some sort of a chicken empanada, kind of like a pastry style empanada first. Looks like it has some dark meat in it, flaky crust. It's heated up before they give it to you. Pretty solid. Can't complain for being the only place open in town. Next, we have our chocolate croissant. Oh, Jesus. This is more like a chocolate pudding croissant. Pretty good. It's not a typical chocolate croissant. Crust is a little chewier. They use pudding instead of chocolate, but I still like it. Next, we have a mango drink that just got delivered. Very good. Probably uses local fresh mangoes. Next, we have the house burger, which has avocado, some white queso, and put a little hot sauce on it. Pretty good burger. Tastes like they use a local beef, which has a unique type flavor.
Monteverde was easily one of the most beautiful places we went to in Costa Rica. Por la vida, amigos.